The next item of business is the address of the incoming president. I call to the podium Dr. Cesar Sabates to address the House. Dr. Sabates.
Before I address this House, it is my honor and pleasure to recognize Dr. Dan Clemenson. Pleasure to recognize Dr. Dan Clemenson for his distinguished service to the profession. Will Dr. Clemenson and Adeline please come forward? Dr. Clemenson and Adeline, you have two served the profession so well, and it is my honor to present you with this past president's pin. It is also my pleasure to present you with this scroll from the American Dental Association, which hereby presented to Dr. Daniel Clemenson. This testimonial in recognition of his leadership and services rendered as president of this organization during the year 2021. Dr. Clemenson, congratulations. Thank you, Adeline. Do that again, Dan. One more time. I'm going to tell you I've had the honor and privilege of working with Dr. Clemenson over the last year. You may know him as your president and as this distinguished gentleman. I know him as a teddy bear. Even though he seems so, well put together, he has a heart of gold, and I love him dearly, and he now takes the place or takes the role of all of these past presidents that are seated before you, and I will stand on their shoulders to lead this organization. And I thank all of the past presidents, and I thank you, Dan, for your service. Colleagues and friends, thank you for the honor and privilege to represent our profession. I stand before you as an example of the American dream. I stand before you humble and proud as the 158th president of the American Dental Association, and I am grateful to work in the best profession in the universe. As you may know, I was a child of a Castro-era Cuba. At 7 years old, my family boarded a freedom flight to the United States. My parents sacrificed everything to ensure that their children would have the chance to be free and to be educated here in the land of opportunities. My journey to dentistry began when I was a child. My father, Dr. Cesar R. Sabates, was an oral maxillofacial surgeon, and I watched him hard to take care of his patients. He had many wise phrases. The one I remember the most is, "En esta vida hay que ser agradecido." In life, you have to be grateful. He showed me that it is important to give back. Both he and my mother, Angela, were the living embodiment of the often recited scripture and one of my personal guiding principles. Of those whom much is given, much is required. I also had the example of my uncle Felix, who was an ophthalmologist, a private practitioner and founding chair of the Department of Ophthalmology at the University of Missouri, Kansas City School of Medicine. He was a friend to a generation of residents, He served his neighbors as a healthcare provider. He gave back to his community through mentorship and a helping hand. He lifted others as he climbed. I wanted to do the same. Inspired by these personal heroes, I followed my instincts and enrolled in dental school. From day one, I knew where I was supposed to be. My desires, purpose, and work had finally aligned. I found a new dream. I'd found my calling. After graduation, I opened up a private practice and also served as an educator for the University of Florida's Hialeah Dental Clinic. I also got involved in organized dentistry in Florida. I began to imagine what dentistry could be for patients and what organized dentistry could be for the dental teams who worked hard every day. I also dreamed of what we as a professional community could be for each other. As a person who values family, I know that the love of my parents and relatives is what propelled me here today. But what has sustained me is the support and experience that I have received from this community. There was a point where my colleagues and friends became more than colleagues and friends. They became my dental family. In 2015, I was diagnosed with cancer, and my colleagues showed up for me. My peers took care of my patients when I couldn't. They helped me so I could focus on healing. During the greatest challenge of my life, this community embraced me and made me feel that my work mattered, that my patients mattered, and that I mattered. That's the impact that our dental family has had on me. This week we have gathered for what I consider a family reunion. It's been a long 19 months, and SMILECON 2021 has felt like springtime at the end of a dark winter. We are here to shape the direction of our profession and our association. And although each of us has our own unique journey, I believe that we are brought together in a divine purpose to restore within our patients the fundamental dignity of health and well-being. If you've been a part of that organized dentistry for any length of time, then you know it can be very political. Leadership requires debate and discussion, and it can be an emotionally fraught endeavor. After all, there's drama in every family. But it's in these moments, and in every moment, that we have to remember our why. Our why highlights our central purpose. Our why helps us understand the value of our trusted position of care and service. Our why is the ultimate driver for what we do. Nothing warms my heart more than hearing our ADA members say, "You've enlightened, you have given me certainty in uncertain times." And that peace of mind is priceless. When they express their gratitude that they feel when they know that the ADA is in their corner, it's immeasurable. And that's the true impact of the American Dental Association. And that, my friends, is part of our ultimate why. When our patients are able to live without pain, when they can smile with confidence, that's more than just a day's work. It's an improvement of a fellow human being's quality of life. And that's the true impact of a dentist. And that too is part of our ultimate why. Our successful pandemic response is proof of what can happen when our core values and our actions are in alignment. So as we move into dentistry's new day, let's remember that our reasons why should always guide what we do. At a time like this, when a science story is making global headlines, science and evidence-based decision-making should always be at the heart of the ADA's efforts. It is the why behind the ADA Science and Research Institute, known as ADASRI, which has been a beacon of knowledge for dentistry. What comes out of ADASRI will foster the future of dental research, technologies, and clinical innovations in every moment for in every area for decades to come. Just as science is a critical component of driving our profession forward, so is a focus on our patients, neighbors, and those in our communities who need care, but for many reasons have gone without. Dentists have big hearts. In addition to our day job, caring for our patients, we also provide billions of dollars in free or discounted care to those in need. Some of you volunteer with projects like Mission of Mercy or Give Kids a Smile. Maybe you're a part of donated dental services or volunteer for mission trips. Some of you visit elementary schools and help kids learn about taking care of their oral health. You might provide pro bono screenings and service in your offices. And then there are the thousands of public health dentists in our nation who dedicate themselves to serving vulnerable communities every day. To all of our members who helped underserved people, thank you for giving back to your communities. Never doubt that you are making a positive difference. There is also the difference we can make collectively as the ADA by focusing on oral health equity. We have the strength in numbers to guide the discourse and influence future public policy in this issue. Why should we? Because oral health is integral to overall health. In my opinion, everything we do to advance oral health equity is in service to the ADA's vision of achieving optimal oral health for all. Oral health equity is inherent to our why. The ADA's vision leads us to our mission, to help dentists succeed. I believe that we live our mission every day by being an ally and advocate for our members. But sometimes what our members need may go way beyond advocacy and practice resources. Their anxiety and stress are a part of a struggle that sometimes can go unseen and unspoken. It is the struggle for mental health. To help others with their health and well-being, we must be healthy and well ourselves. Mental health is a subject that is close to my heart, and I believe that it is our association's role to care about the caregiving dentists in our nation. We must continue our efforts in this area to let fellow dentists know that they are not alone. That too is a part of our mission to help dentists succeed. As your ADA president, I pledge to give you and this entire organization my best to help you succeed. You can count on me to represent dentistry in a steadfast in my advocacy, support, and defense of our profession. I want to unite the ADA in protecting dentistry from excessive regulation and other outside influence that threatens the very principles of our work. I also want to unify the ADA for the sake of strengthening our professional family for our future. Our relationships make a difference. The ADA has the capacity to be what sociologists call a third place. A third place is where we, aside from our homes and workplaces, engage with each other on the passions and ideas that we share. A third place fosters connection, facilitates ease, and offers a welcoming embrace. It fortifies us and fulfills an intrinsic human desire to just belong. Our ADA must be the place where members feel that they can contribute, where they feel that they are seen, where they feel that their points of views are respected, no matter how they differ. As this week comes to a close, I ask you to identify your personal reasons why. Why do you serve? Why do you go the extra mile on behalf of your patients and our profession? You won't have to dig deep. You already have them. They live in your memories. They exist in the times where you were inspired by someone's advice, comforted by someone's generosity or touched by a patient's story. In the times where you or a colleague were hurt, wronged, or left out, so you wanted to lead a positive change. Times when you were included and sought out for your expertise and your advice. The answers are what give you a sense of joy, achievement, and a drive to keep making a difference. The answers give you clarity about who you want to be in this world. Collectively, our whys will guide us as we build a strong present and a brighter future for our patients and for one another. In closing, I'd like to thank all of you who have been part of my family, both by relation and by profession. They have supported me in finding my purpose, and they have helped me live my dreams. First, as a man of faith, I am grateful to God, whose hand I have seen throughout my life, and most evidently in my family. Their unwavering love has sustained me. I thank my wife Lydia, my sons Albert and Cesar, my daughter-in-law Lacey, and the newest addition to our family, Bruce, who celebrated his first birthday. He's named after a famous Cuban, Bruce Springsteen. And he's truly the boss of our hearts, the boss baby. I also stand here in gratitude to both of my parents, my mother Angela and my father Dr. Cesar R. Sabates. To my brothers Braulio, my sisters Angela, Patty, and Vivian, and my cousins Dr. Alberto Tano and Dr. Ramiro Guillen, who are like brothers to me. Thank you for the love and support. I thank all of those who have shown me kindness, brilliance, and grace. There are far too many to name, but I'd like to recognize a few who are in attendance today. To all the members of the 17th District and my friends from Florida, thank you. To the members of the 5th District, who were the first to welcome me to the ADA House of Delegates, thank you. To my South Florida District Dental Association, Yolanda Marrero, our Executive Director, Dr. Mike Ignatz, my campaign manager, my brother, and my friend. To Dr. Alan Friedel, Dr. Mark Limosani, too many friends to mention them all, but I will always be grateful for your support. When I was elected President-elect of Florida, I served with Dr. Larry Nissen, an oral and maxillofacial surgeon and the president at that time. He was a great mentor and friend. It is no coincidence that as ADA President-elect, I had the honor and privilege to serve with Dr. Dan Clemenson, another OMS. Dan, thank you for your leadership during a trying year. You have shown us how to lead with dignity, heart, and thoughtfulness. I will always be grateful. To Dr. Kathy O'Loughlin, we are all grateful for your leadership and service to the ADA as our Executive Director. You have served your profession well, and you have made a difference. Thank you, Kathy. I welcome Dr. Ray Comilla, a longtime member of the ADA family, who brings in a new chapter in his career as Executive Director next month. Ray is a longtime friend, and Ray, I am so looking forward to working with you. And to Dr. Chad Gehani. Chad, you have been a mentor to me and so many others. I thank you for the example that you have set for our profession. You are considered by many to be the father of diversity and inclusion in dentistry. To me, you are a brother. Thank you. I would also like to recognize all those present that have served in the U.S. Armed Services. You were the first to welcome me and my family to this great nation, and you continue to make the sacrifices to ensure that we continue to live in the land of the free. Can all the members who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces and in the federal services, please stand and receive our gratitude. Thank you. Lastly, I thank all of you, leaders, delegates, volunteers, and members of the ADA's professional team. I thank you for sharing your gifts with the ADA, for going the extra mile, and for demonstrating the power of working together. I will need you so much more than ever in the year to come. We have weathered a period of tremendous stress, incredible loss, and unspeakable grief. In this time, we have lost several of our own, many who have served in this very house and who leave a space that cannot be easily filled. I would like to honor their memories by honoring each other in what we do through love, friendship, and peace. Life is precious. Our work is important. Despite the difficulties, we have seen what we are made of. We are mighty. We are kind. We are resilient. Let's continue to lift as we climb. May God bless you, and may God bless the American Dental Association. Thank you.
Great job up there. Thank you.
Glad you knocked that dead.
This concludes our installation ceremony, but I would like for you to remain in your places. Please remain where you're at. I'd like the opportunity to call on Dr. Raymond Comilla to come to the mic and allow him to address the House of Delegates at this time.